It's Derek Hagan. I'm a financial therapist specializing in meaning and purpose, here with another Money Health presentation where we're going to talk about how much you're worth. So, most of us, most of the time, think that we're worth a little bit of money, but we're actually worth a lot more than we actually think. And I kind of call this the worth gap because we there's this disconnect between the work that I'm doing, the effort that I put into it and how much I think it's worth. Part of this reason is going to be related to an old story of Pablo Picasso. He was sitting at a table at a restaurant outside in Paris, and a woman recognized him. And she came up to him and she said, "Oh my gosh, you are Pablo Picasso. Would you mind sketching something for me on this piece of paper? I'm happy to pay you for it." And he said, "Sure." And he draws out on a napkin. He draws, legend has it, he draws a bird, much like this one, but a lot better because he's Picasso. And he hands it to her and says, "That will be $10,000. And she said, "What? Are you kidding me? That only took you 30 seconds. And he said, "No, ma'am. That took me my entire life." That's what we're talking about here. That's what I want to talk about. Is that disconnect between how much actually goes into what you do and what you know and what we're able to charge for it. Now, the reason this is problematic is because it often feels very easy for us. And if it feels easy for us, it naturally feels like it's easy for everybody. It's so common to us that it feels like other people should be able to do that. Same with practice, right? The more we practice something, it feels like the perceived value goes down because we're so skillful at it. Right? So as we practice, the skill goes up, but as I get quicker, say I can fix that car in 10 minutes, but it takes somebody else an hour or 2 hours or 5 hours to fix a car. That's going to feel like I'm ripping somebody off if I charge a lot of money. Right? Because as I practiced, I got more skill and it became easier for me. And it took less time, which makes it seem like it's not as valuable. Right? So there's that worth gap showing up again. Now, remember we talked about ease, how easy something is. Now that perception, again, if it's really easy for me, it feels like the easier it gets, the less valuable it is because it doesn't take me much time to do it. But in fact, the reality is there's no relation between how easy it is and what the value is. If somebody values what I do, it shouldn't matter how easy it is for me. In fact, if it's easier for me and if I can do it in less time, they should want to pay me more. Right? The easier it is, the more you should charge, the more valuable you are. You're worth more than you think. You get one life. Live intentionally.